So Diary of a Wimpy Kid for me is a great film, and I absolutely love the first film of Diary of the Wimpy Kid because it's just straight out of the book adaptation done to a fucking T. The cast are brilliant, everything just fits to what the Diary of the Wimpy Kid book said to you, and they just put it onto the screen, which is what you need to do with a book adaptation. It's one of the best 10s family movies that you can go and watch. In which, let's be honest, that can't be said for The Long Haul, in which that book adaptation was dreadful.
First rule of the road trip is the driver is the DJ.
That's great, because I'm the driver.
I mean, this is one of the main reasons why movie franchises don't replace their cast, because the cast is what makes it so special, and when they replace the cast in Long Haul, it fucking died in that moment. I just think this movie adaptation was fantastically well put together because it really showed the struggles of going to middle school or just going to school for the very first time, and the struggles that it is finding where to sit, who to talk to, trying to act cool and everything like that. And that's really what this movie tries to put across, those exact feelings, those exact thoughts. And I think that was fantastic, because trying to emulate that and try to get the story across of all those things and where you're fitting in and your place within the middle school thing, trying to get in the yearbook, these little things like that was really interesting. And I think that's why this movie was so successful in trying to get those balances right. And I think having the main story mainly be about the cheese touch thing as well, that is key, and that is why the animation version didn't work as well, because they didn't have that as their main focus.
Hey kid, wanna come over and play?
And let's be honest, the best part about the film is probably Greg and Rowley's relationship throughout the film. It's your best friend, you know what I mean? And you're going through the struggles together of going through middle school. But the thing that was interesting was that Greg was always trying to change Rowley into being less childish and wanting him to grow up, because he wanted to act more cool and wanted to change Rowley to be more cool. And in that, he wanted him to change his role model, to change his clothes, to change everything about him that made him him, and wanted to almost fix him into being sort of cooler and to be more quirky, just like he was, even though that was his low self-esteem of thinking that he was cooler than Rowley or anything like that, which was quite interesting. Then we get the dynamic later on where obviously Greg becomes jealous of Rowley getting all this attention when he gets none of it. Greg breaks Rowley's arm by an accident and doesn't apologise for it. So this adds another layer to it where it looks like Greg is almost trying to bully Rowley at this point, in which is quite a conundrum, because you're sort of thinking, well, the best friends, how can he be bullying him? But that's the way that it comes across. And then we get into where they're writing comics and whatever like that, and they have a falling out there because Greg doesn't like Rowley's comic, he's too babyish and whatever, the Zooey Mama thing. But then that takes a life on its own, and then he becomes jealous of Rowley again, because he got jealous of Rowley when he broke his arm and he was getting all this attention, people talking to him. And then with the comic book thing, that he was getting all the attention then. And then obviously Greg accidentally gets Rowley fired from the council, the school council that they did, and Greg never tells them that it was actually him. So their friendship is very frail upon this time, and it's not until Greg basically says to Rowley, look, it was me, it's really funny and whatever, and he doesn't find it funny, their relationship falls, and they're no longer friends, and Greg tries everything he possibly can to get their relationship back on where it should be and back on a path, but Rowley doesn't want that. Then they get into a physical altercation, but then gets interrupted by the teenagers that they upset on Halloween, and they then make Rowley eat the mouldy cheese, and then Rowley technically has the cheese touch, and all the people then, all the attention that he had, he's now hated because he's got the cheese touch. But then Greg takes the blame for that, and then they become friends, and saying that Greg actually ate the cheese instead, and that not only allowed him to have his best friend back, but also allowed him to have the pick of the canteen, sit wherever he wants, do whatever he wants, because he had the cheese touch, in which was a great part of the film. I loved it, and I think having the cheese touch be the main thing with the Rowley and Greg relationship throughout the film, that was fantastic. And for me, this is a fantastic film. Before we jump back into this video, guys, please do us a massive favour and smash that subscribe button, because you do not want to miss a thing. This week, next week, and the week after, because we've got tons and tons of content planned for you guys. And you can do us a massive favour by smashing that subscribe button, joining the community, getting updates to all the latest videos from the YouTube shorts to the actual videos. It is well worth it, completely free, and you will not regret it. So to summarise Diary of a Wimpy Kid, then easily an 8.4 out of 10 and a classic film. Let us know your thoughts down in the comments down below. Is it good, bad, terrible, amazing? Let us know all that jazz down those comments down below. And if you haven't yet seen our review on Happy Feet, go give that a watch right now.